Happy New Year and welcome to the Weekend Edition. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture, and David A. Gaines puts everything together. So much exciting news as we look ahead to this year of 2025. Just like we do during the week, we give out hugs. So come on, get your hug. It's not cute not knowing. And now it's time to know. Welcome to the Weekend Edition. Do you have guilty pleasures? One of my guilty pleasures, I know it was trash TV, was the Jerry Springer show. He passed away last year at the age of 79, but this show had everything that's, let's just put it like this. There's a Jerry Springer documentary coming to Netflix on the 7th. Lights, Camera, Fight. This is a deep dive into the very controversial show. When I interviewed Jerry Springer a few years ago, he was like, he never thought the show would take off. But in this documentary, they talked to the people behind the scenes, former people who are on the show, producers of the show, and they noticed that the wilder the show got, the more attention it got, but the makings behind the Jerry Springer show. Here's a movie that you might be interested in coming to Netflix in February. Robert De Niro and Angela Bassett are gearing up for the first time. He plays a former U.S. president. They bring him back out of retirement. Angela Bassett plays the current U.S. president, and they're investigating cyber attacks that are happening around the world and in the country. We got some good news from Tyler Perry. Now, this is not coming out this year, but production is going to start on Sister Act 3. Tyler Perry is going to be producing this production. There's Whoopi Goldberg. I'm hearing Lizzo. I'm hearing Keke Palmer. I'm also hearing Shirley Ralph, and I'm going to be at an event with her next week, and I'm just going to slip and whisper it in her ear to see if I can get it out of her. But production on Sister Act 3 is going to be starting this year. Guess what's already available on video on demand? You got Gladiator 2. I know it just came out a few weeks ago in the fall. Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, Paul Mescal. Gladiator 2, it's streaming. And when they do these, special things that you can buy or rent, they give you all these extra moments and minutes of film. That's on video on demand. Wicked is on video on demand. You can rent it, you can buy it. 100 hours of additional footage. There's the Wicked sing-along that they've got. Biggest movie of the year. And both movies are available now. Okay, so last week I started this thing giving you a glimpse into the movie world of 2025, and I expressed my excitement. I can't wait. The new Superman movie comes out in 2025. Well, in July it comes out. Well, this year, there's some great movies coming up, like Captain America, Brave New World. Anthony Mackie is stepping in as Captain America. There's a SpongeBob movie coming for those who love SpongeBob. If you're an Avatar fan, get ready for a third Avatar film. Any fans of the Wolfman? Because there's another version of the Wolfman that is coming out this year. How about Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning? This could be the final one with Tom Cruise, and it's taking place Memorial Day weekend. Karate Kid's Legends. If you're a Karate Kid fan, that story continues. Lilo and Stitch for the kids, another big movie coming to the box office. Brad Pitt has one of the most anticipated movies coming out about Formula One race car drivers called F1. He co-stars with Damson Idris, and this looks like it's going to be interesting about the world of race car drivers. Jurassic Park fans, get ready for Jurassic World. There's going to be a new Smurfs movie coming out. Freakier Friday. It was a hit then. Can't wait to see this one coming out in August. Jamie Lee Curtis, Lindsay Lohan. The Michael Jackson movie. It was supposed to come out in the spring, but now it's coming out in October. Jafar Jackson is the son of Jermaine Jackson. He's going to be playing Michael Jackson. Coleman Domingo, he's going to be playing Joe Jackson. Nia Long is going to be playing Katherine Jackson. A lot of anticipation about it. We're going to see it in October, the long-awaited Michael Jackson movie. And now it's time for Ask Auntie, where you get to ask me questions. Of course, we have our trusty readers that we get from Z-Lowell. I have to see if I can get them to sponsor some of the segments we've got here. Valerie Jones, 1013. Hi, Auntie. Do you make New Year's resolutions? One never changes, is to be a better person than I was the last year. Because I just always think we can be a little nicer, a little kinder, just better as a person. Because sometimes, you fall, you slip a little bit, and then you get back up. This year, my resolution, and I'm not going to break it because I procrastinate a little bit. I've been talking about writing my book forever. This is the year that we put the pedal to the metal, whichever way you say that, y'all know what I mean, and get it done. The outline, I do have a story to tell. I am, as of this year, a 43-year radio vet. I want to talk about radio. I want to talk about my health challenges. I want to talk about having a stroke, taking care of my mom, the importance of taking care of yourself, the importance of caregivers and the roles that they play, my life after the stroke and how God built my life back. I was like Humpty Dumpty and he put me back together. My journey into doing videos, because my dream was just to be a girl on the radio, playing music, maybe telling stories in between. But the life that I'm living, I did not dream it. I love it. But the doors that have opened in between there. But writing this book, I'm going to get the majority of it done. Linda Lair. Patty, how did you get in the radio? You're a breath of fresh air, living your best life. How many nieces and nephews do you have? Okay. I have 2 nieces. I have 1 great niece. I've got 4 nephews. And I love being an auntie. I tell people I'm an auntie in real life. I got in radio back in 1982. This year I'm celebrating 43 years behind the mic. Growing up, I was always that kid in front of a mic. I wanted to be Salt and Pepper, but that didn't happen. But being on the radio did. I did the Easter poems. I would have these great big Afro puffs. I loved hair as a kid. Poems in church. Youth Sundays in church. I was a basketball announcer. High school. It was a natural progression, even though I didn't realize it. But God always had me in front of a microphone. Somebody didn't show up for work. It was snowing, and my dad thought I was crazy to go in the snow. They put me on because somebody didn't show up. Somebody had to do the news. So I did it. I was terrible, but they liked me. This is why it's important to have a good attitude. Because your attitude does what? It affects your altitude. That is how it started. And I never look back. And on January 24th, I'm celebrating 43 years behind the mic. And I'm still loving what I'm doing. This is Tanya Hart 223. Hi, Patty. What are your favorite books and magazines to read? I love Women's World Weekly. I love Essence. Women's World Weekly has everything. Recipes and sleep tips and all that good stuff. That little supermarket weekly was made for me. Love, love, love. Dr. Maya Angelou. Her book, Wouldn't Take Nothing for My Journey Now, makes you appreciate the life that you have. Because sometimes we're like, well, if I could do this, if I could do that. That book, because it just explained everything, how life. Susan Taylor, every book she wrote, from In the Spirit to just a series of books. Susan Taylor used to be the editor of Essence magazine many years ago. Well, she wrote these books in the spirit because she had a column in the spirit that was just very uplifting. And sometimes you need to pour into yourself so you can pour out to others. Iyanla Van Zandt, acts of faith is something that I'm revisiting this year, reading a mantra every day. But things like that. I love books that fill my spirit. Our final question. Sim Sensible 7604. Hi, Patty. Do you think 2025 will be the year of part 2 of Hollywood that takes down the verdicts, the sentence reinforcements? Yes. Yeah, I do. I think you're going to hear more stories. I think things that are done in the dark are going to come out in the light. Puffy Diddy's trial is going to be the trial of the year. It starts in May because he's going to fight those charges, and I think he's going to take other people down with him. I think the Holly weirdness is going to continue to be exposed. Ushering in a new presidential era. I think that's going to be interesting because some friendships that you may see today may not be friendships by the end of the year, if you know what I mean. It's going to be interesting what happens with illegal aliens. It's a scary situation, but I think to forcibly kick people out of a country is wrong. I don't want to see detention camps and just things like that. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be few things that will surprise us. We'll be shocked, but I think few things that will surprise us. Thanks so much for joining us. We certainly appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for joining us for the weekend edition. Are you ready for this year, 2025, and all the exciting entertainment that's coming your way? David A. Gaines, we so appreciate you and thank you for putting everything together. When you see that notification bell, you'll know that we're here. You can subscribe to the channel and never miss a thing. Leave a comment because Auntie reads the comments, and your questions for Ask Auntie, leave them in the comments because I acknowledge you and I do answer the questions. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Happy New Year, everybody. It's not cute not knowing. Thanks for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.